I'm at the Valley of Fires recreation area near Carrizozo, New Mexico, Bureau of Land Management, and I'm on the walkway that goes right through the lava flow. A little breezy today. You'll hear some wind in the mic until I get way down there, and then you won't hear much. But anyway, let me get this up here where you can pause and read it if you choose to. And it shows where I am, and it shows the lava flow all the way down here. It doesn't give the distance of the lava flow. You know, it's starting to sprinkle rain. You believe that? But it's mostly virga. You know, it evaporates before it hits the ground. See that? Famous last words. It'll probably come a downpour now. You'll probably hear a little wind in the mic for about 2 minutes until we get down. But one of the things you have to do if you ever come here, watch for snakes. They do have black-tailed rattlesnakes here, and they're cold-blooded, and they like to get out on this asphalt and warm up because this stuff absorbs the heat during the day, and rattlesnakes think, well, that's a good that's like central air and heat for a rattlesnake. And anyway, we're just going to get down here and try to get out of the wind. It's a nice walkway. It's about 2/3, well, say a mile around, all the way around and back to the start. Actually, the rain is very refreshing. Refreshing. Let me get it right. And yeah, it's a beautiful desert smell. You know, that creosote smell. And another thing, there's enough wind to keep the no-see-ums off. If it was dead calm, which it's not, the no-see-ums, the little gnats with teeth, yeah, they'll get you. Some people call them cedar gnats. But yeah, it's just a nice day. Temperature is probably 70 degrees. Yeah, but it's a beautiful walk, you know. So we'll do the whole thing. Probably take about 30 minutes. So lean back in your recliner and put your feet up. Take a swallow of your coffee and relax, because there ain't gonna be much. Unless I see a rattlesnake, and then you'll probably see this camera go straight up in the air and me disappear. They're hard to see, man. Of course, you know, that's nature, the camouflage expert. Here's another sign. Maybe this tells us. I want to say this lava flow flowed over 100 miles from north to south, but we'll see. Maybe this sign will tell us. They're in the process of replacing all the signs that they had, because over the years the sun just baked them to where you couldn't see anything. This just shows what lives here on the lava flow, and there's a lot of stuff here. Actually, I'll see if you can put that up where you can read it maybe. Anyway, it doesn't show us. It says with an elevation of 5,000 feet, annual rainfall of 9 to 14 inches. It's just a desert. Yeah, anything around 9 inches of annual rainfall is a desert. They got some pretty plants though, and those blooms actually smell good. I got down and smelled them one time. That was years ago. I could get down there now and smell them, but 2 years from now, you'd find me still sitting there. You know, they got cholla cactus, prickly pear cactus. Everything out here has thorns. And what doesn't have thorns is cedar, and it has pollen. So be careful out here. Yeah, they've got a nice gentle slope down to the lava field. They did a good job of building this little trail. And I hope I was talking close enough to the mic earlier so you could hear me. Not that I said anything important, but moving along into the wind, you'll hear it in the mic, but we'll turn out of it in about 100 yards or less. And we're getting low enough down behind these hills here that the wind will be blocked in a minute. That was my plan. You know, everybody's going on this trail backwards. You know, but I have to say they're from I'm going to say Russia or some Czech country maybe, because the language they were speaking is it's not English. But we can turn off of this. We can go backwards. I think I'll do that. And that way I'll be out of their way and they'll be out of my way. And besides that, I want to go to the old cedar tree that's here that's about 400 or 500 years old. I have to keep remembering to look down every now and then and scan around because I've seen snakes out here several times. I haven't seen any today, and I just assumed I didn't. But yeah, this if you were on horseback 100 years ago and you got to this point, you got a long go round. Yeah, Billy the Kid. See, this is all Lincoln County. Lincoln County wars back in the 1800s. I heard something making a funny noise. Yeah, I got on my Crocs. I really didn't come prepared. See, that's where we've come from right there. I didn't really come prepared, but I thought, well, you know, I checked my schedule for Saturday morning, May the, what, 17th, I guess, and there really wasn't a hell of a lot on it. In fact, after I got a gallon of water and refilled my water jug and checked my mail, I was done for the day. Okay. Yeah, you see how you gradually come down, but the bad news is you got to go up when you come back around. Yeah, you don't realize you're kind of going downhill. It kind of feels good. It's an easy walk. And then you come back around and you're thinking, seems to be a little more strenuous this time. But you know, this fast and huge lava rocks, and you know, there's caves out there. There's all kind of wildlife out here, man. And some days I've been out here where you see, I don't know, I might have seen 20 chipmunks and all kind of birds. But today, because of the wind and virga almost rain, not much happening yet. And I don't want to see no snakes, okay? I don't want to see any snakes. Here's another plaque up here. We'll check it out. But yeah, you can see here. That's the entrance right up there. I'm sure you hear the wind a little bit. Not too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. But I make videos. I don't make movies. The only equipment I have is my, in this case, a Pixel 6 cell phone by Google. Seems to do a pretty good job. It's got what do they call it? Image stabilization 2 ways. Seems to do pretty good. This is a big old picture of a tarantula. Have I ever seen a tarantula here? I don't think so. But for those of you that have never been around tarantulas, those little boogers can jump. I'm telling you they can. You know, they'll scare the crap out of you. Yeah, there's a tarantula right here. Yo! I'll get up here and you can read it. It says the largest spider of the Southwest is the fuzzy tarantula. Beware, secret weapon. Da, da, da. That's interesting right there. Beware of hair. Burrow. Isn't that an ugly thing? I mean, I'm sure that thing thinks it's pretty, but Like me, I think well, I don't anymore. My thinking about being pretty days are way behind me. See those big old push-ups of lava there? I don't know, man. At the rate I'm moving, this video may be 3 hours long. Look at that big old chunk of lava there. But just think, now see, at one time that was red hot molten rock. That's unbelievable, isn't it? And just flowing like water. Crazy, man. How would you like to live on the Hawaiian Islands and look out your window and see some red hot lava passing by with your car in it? I think what I'm going to do is just go up here to where that old tree is. I see it from here. It's about, well, from where I'm looking, it looks like it's about 12 miles, but it's not that far. Yeah, but isn't that something out there? Crazy, man. Well, they call this the Malpais, Malpais. Malpais means, I think that means badlands, and yeah, this is about as bad as it'll get. But yeah, look at all this stuff. How rude. Okay. Yeah, they actually have paths where you can walk off this trail into the lava field. Yeah, but I have to tell you, be damn careful because if you fall, ho 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 ho, you're going to be really pretty. It's just it just freaks me out, man. See, it looks like a little cave right down in there. It is a little cave. All this wildlife out here lives like gods, even the snakes, because the rodent population out here is quite large. That old stuff would skin you up real bad. Why do I think about things like that? Because I'm getting to that age where you do dumb stuff. Here's a trail that goes out into, here's a trail right here that goes out into the lava field. You can go off this path and go that way. And I don't know what you see that you don't see from the path. But am I going there? No. Why? Don't want to. Okay, where's old gnarly tree? Straight ahead. Follow the yellow brick road. Don't eat a pink horny toad unless you have to. Unless you're real hungry. Speaking of which, horned toads, they're almost totally extinct, or are they making a comeback? One of these days we'll be saying that about humans. Are they extinct or are we making a comeback? See, here's a nice little hole in the ground there. Yeah, but what it was, this stuff pushed up and there's pockets of air. I mean, huge, like quarter-mile areas under here that people have found and explored. Didn't find anything really interesting other than an open spot in the lava field, but let me do a 360 here where it's not too windy. That's the RV sites up there. This is pretty interesting. If you're a geologist or you have some knowledge of rocks and stuff, yeah, you could appreciate this a lot more than the novice, me, that just walks around and sees sees a lot of black rocks. Now that cholla cactus right here, now that one's dead, but he probably deserved. Look where he started. But he got to be a healthy booger, didn't he? Here's an old tree. See, this old gnarly looking, this is a cedar, and this one probably really is dead. But those things are older than dirt. We're getting into a windy area. Let me get out of this just a second. Let me walk up here where I turn right. That'll help a lot. But I got to make it to gnarly tree and then I'll end the video. Why? Well, I imagine by now 3/3 of my audience is asleep. I hear you snoring. This is going to be a viral video. I get that feeling. This will make that tiny home video I did look like Ned and the First Reader. See right down there? There's a cave right in there. I mean, if you were desperate enough and this wasn't a public area, you could probably live down there. I wouldn't want to, because you might have some interesting neighbors come in at night. See, there's another cave right there. Okay, here's the old gnarly tree. How you doing, old bud? Says just fine, just fine. Juniper tree, an old pioneer. That's it right here. We'll take a good look at it in a second. Okay, how old is this baby? Over 400 years ago. A tiny juniper seed dropped into a crack in this lava. And then you can read the rest at your leisure if it's clear enough. You can eat juniper berries, but you might want to have a restroom nearby. Look at this dude. It's huge, man. See right in there? See the base? See how gnarly it starts way over here, in there somewhere, and then you see what I mean? Over 400 years old, probably. They don't know. I guess they can date it by the rings and stuff, but it's still alive. It's my old buddy. But anyway, guys, from old gnarly tree at Valley of Fires Recreation Area near Carrizozo, New Mexico on Saturday, May the 17th, 2025 at about, I don't know, 10 a.m.-ish. Yeah, it's not too bad. Follow the yellow brick road. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, I'm the only one out here right now, so you can see this is a very popular spot. But you see how far the lava goes out. It goes way out there, man. And as far as north and south, I think it's over 100 miles. So anyway, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. The gnarly tree says, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, one day at a time. This guy's been here for 400 years, hasn't gone anywhere, and looks pretty damn happy to me. So enjoy your life, guys. Use the Amazon link if you want food with it, but if you're going to buy something from Amazon anyway, why not? Anyway, adios, amigos. Bye-bye.